Good morning from the Hashknife. Well, it's going to be one of those routine mornings, we think, we hope. I'll show you what we do on this little calf check. Take this little buggy that Lisa loves so well and make a quick pass out here. I got a clipboard in my hand. Got the calf tagging box because I got stuff in there that I don't want to freeze. So we put that in, let this thing warm up a little bit. And we are on our way after we make the corral checks. I've already been out this morning just to look at heifers, check them out, make sure everybody's okay. No new calves and nobody calved during the night. So, but you know what? It's been an hour since then, hour and a half. So you can have them all calve at amount of time. Heifers are like that. Yeah, they are. So, a couple of ponies here. Stallion, Bentley, and there's Hawk. Everybody looks good. Hawk's going, you know what? You showing up in the corral usually means work for me. So, hey, big boy. Hey, big boy. Oh, yeah. That's a good boy. Yeah, what is that thing he says? All right. And I'm just looking up there at the hay. Check that water. Everybody looks good there. And I've had these heifers on hay all night. Came out this morning and checked them. All of a sudden, we've got a big scare factor on the flashlight again. And here's how herd behavior works, is I've got number 122 in. She's the one standing there to the left, and that darker faced one. I'm going to start feeding her today and fattening her up for the folks who need some meat in the freezer. Well, she's not used to this light, and so she took off, and you see she's still a little bit like, what the heck is going on? And so she moves fast, and the rest of them move fast. And so she's got them all riled up. Look how they're a little more willing to move off, skittish, and she's in the lead there. So they're just following a little bit of her behavior. Now look at them. Number 120 right there. Looks like she's starting to bag a little bit, but she's been doing that the last couple of days. The other two are not. I've got several out in the pasture with the calvy cows that they're not close. Oh, look at that. Yeah, number 121. So she's starting to bag a little bit. That's a good thing. All right, so we might have a couple more. And then I'm keeping an eye on the other ones out there so I can bring them in. No sense in feeding them in a corral. Got good water flowing. Water flowing to that lower tank. And now I'm just going to take a minute here, maybe unlock or unchain this gate. This is how things go when you're trying to do it one-handed. Look at that. There we go. Yay, Merry Christmas. So what I'm doing to kind of conserve some hay a little bit, I'm trying to get these cows so they're synchronized on this feed to have these calves a little bit more during the day, and it does work. And it's not 100%, but it helps. But then I'm doing the opposite with these bulls. And you notice they can hear me coming. I think they heard me step out of the door. Even if I was to tiptoe across and stalk and feed on that deck, they'd probably hear it because here's their feed bunk. And they've been locked out of the feed tonight, or last night, and do that at nights, and let them in for half the day. And that way we're conserving a little hay, and they don't need to get plumped up because they will lay right on this hay and just continue to eat, lay down, get up, eat some more, go get a drink, come back and eat some more, lay down, and rinse and repeat. So here they come. They're starving to death. But if I let them on this hay all the time, they would just get so fat that they wouldn't want to work, and I don't want that. And it conserves some hay because they're oinkers. Well, let's go jump in that buggy and go check for calves. I've driven up to the pasture, upper east end of it, and here's who I have waiting for me. You'd think she would be kind enough to open the gate, but no. Morning there, 69. How you doing? That's right. Give me a space. I'm here. So I'm just going to slip out here through the pasture. I know I got about a half a dozen calves out here. I've got the rest of them pushed over in the other pasture where the open heifers are and the other pairs, so I can kind of keep the numbers of calves lower in here and find out just exactly how many calves I've got at a glance. And I keep this pasture fairly clear, and I know I got 6 and I see 7 little bodies laying out there, and I got a fresh calf. Not real scientific and not on the verge of brilliance, but you know, it works to keep from running all over a pasture and burning up fuel and crushing down grass and disturbing cows. So these guys are pretty well on this eastern end of the pasture, in this little cabin pasture we got. Keep them fairly tight in here, and then we'll just work our way back. You see some little bodies laying out there, and we'll just see if they got ear tags in them or not. Now yesterday evening, I had 2 calves, new ones that I tagged, and again, I'm feeding about 6 to 7 at night, which makes a big difference on when these cows calve. So I've only had a few of them calve early in the morning. I had some, you know, when you come out and make a check early in the morning. That cow right there is getting kind of bagged up. She might be getting ready. And it's kind of funny. There's some of them are really bagged, and she's springing pretty hard. Got some bagging going on. 91, she might be here in the next few days to a week. But some of them surprise you. Here's a heifer. That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, number 125. She's got no bag whatsoever. So she's a ways off, and there's no sense in taking her into a corral, keeping her in there, eating hay out in away from everybody else, and just getting fat. Let her stay out here. You got a little bit of green grass coming. There ain't much because it's dry, but it's easier to keep her out here. And then when she gets close, when I make my checks a couple times, 2-3 times a day, just keep an eye on her. When she starts to bag, I take her in. Oh, here we go. A couple of girls. Yeah, 109. That's a little bull calf that was sold as a bull, so we didn't band him. Left him intact. And he is about a week old or so. And he thinks he's some pumpkin. This little girl, little heifer, belongs to my mother. You can see that purple ear tag on the right side. And that's where the brand is on this cow's on the right hip. I just barely see it, but kind of got a little tagging system so that when they come through the chute, when we brand, the ear tag goes up, the brand goes on that side. Pretty unscientific. Yeah, I got a couple down here that they were together yesterday when I tagged these calves, so that might be who we're looking at. Let's go down and check these calves out. So as I approach, yesterday I had number 101 and, oh, what the heck was it? 106, I think, calved. Yeah, this is 116. So there's number 106's calf. Gonna run her 101's calf. She's gonna run over there and take a sniff, make sure that's hers. Yep, that's my baby. Talking to the other one, there's 116, belongs to that cow right there. So look at her, she's a little bit mad because this was yesterday afternoon when this calf showed up, and look how protective she is, and she's kind of giving me a warning. I'll fight you now. Both these calves are up, look healthy. Looking at their hind end, they have scours or like a diarrhea type ailment that you have to deal with, and they look like these cows have been sucked out a little bit, where they have gotten these calves latched onto them, and they're, oh yeah, that cow's got a really nice even bag, small nipples. The one on the other side is not quite as good, maybe heavier, but that calf is brand new, so he may only be sucking on these front 2 quarters of this bag, because the back of the bag is a little extended, and that's not atypical. That happens a lot with a brand new calf. They get to that front nipple first, and they learn that, oh, there's where lunch is, and then they find those back ones later. that bag, the two hind quarters of that bag are pretty tight, so he just hasn't found him yet. And there's a little calf there that's a little heifer, and she looks good and healthy and spry. Kind of smaller calf compared to this bruiser here. It's always been a good cow, good solid cow, no problems, no issues. Nice bag, little heifer there. And not so little, she's looking good. Look at a lot of milk on her mouth. Curious, it's big and red, so it must be able to feed me. Just like mama. There you go. And they are curious. And all of a sudden they'll figure out, oop, nope, this ain't right. Good healthy calves. Alright, see I got a couple, one laying over here and there's another one beside it down in the draw. So we'll go see what we got there. Here's number 93. She doesn't look like she's calved. And we'll see what we got here. There's ears over there. So we know she's got a little bull calf. Oh yeah, I forgot about 93. She's calved a while ago. See this heifer checks in the middle of the night repeatedly. Takes away your memory. Sleep deprivation. Spent 20 years doing that on shift work. You'd think I'd be used to it, but guy gets a little sleep and he thinks he needs it more. There's ears, baby. Little guy, looking good. It's about 30 degrees, and look who we have. Of course. All right, ears. Are you looking for something? Maybe I can help you out. Hang on here. And so I keep this. This is just for ears. Don't tell the others, okay? Don't tell the others. Don't tell nobody else. Get out of here. Go take care of your baby. Make him fat. And we got a cow up there along the fence line. The tail's kind of cranked out just a slight bit. So we'll go take a peek at her and see just if everything is okay. If I need to keep a little closer eye on her. And she might be fooling me and just pooped. Who knows? That's what they'll do for you. Okay, yeah, a little yellow tag 80. She's a younger cow. We purchased her, actually. And you'll see she is starting to bag a little bit. And there's Big Rhonda. She's got a calf out here being babysat. But you notice her bag starting to fill up a lot on that front quarter. Getting a little thicker, a little heavier. Getting full of milk. You can see that vulva is springing. And maybe even just a little bit of mucus starting to show. So she's getting closer. And maybe today, tomorrow, tonight, you never know. We'll take a gander at her and just keep checking on her. Don't expect any issues because she's had a calf or two, but you know, it's just making sure you're keeping everybody a little safe. And here's a lone cow by herself on this feed ground, but I don't think there's any issues here. She's also getting closer, but I think she's just wanting to be picking up every little scrap of feed she can get. This is where I fed last night, and you can tell, you know, we didn't have any calves last night, which was good because at nighttime, that's when the predators are out skulking about, and bad things can happen. They tend to kind of keep their distance during the day, and kind of what we want with these cows calve. Morning like this morning, where it's a beautiful morning, it's about 40 degrees and the sun's shining and no wind. That's kind of rare for us, but that could change this afternoon as a storm comes in. Hopefully a storm comes in, brings some rain. But looking at her, and then I saw this cow here, and I think she's just doing the same thing. She's coming in, but I saw her ball, stop and ball. Sometimes that's an indication they've got a calf hidden somewhere, and you kind of keep an eye on them. Maybe she's got somebody out here that is okay but just hidden. But it's not typical necessarily for them to be leaving a calf who's just been calved. They'll stick pretty close to them for a while and won't even come in to eat at times. Sometimes won't come to water until they absolutely need to. And I don't think that's the case here. I think she's just coming in for some hay. So let's go take a look at her tag number and just check her out anyway. 111. She doesn't have a calf yet. Look at that look. You want a calf? You know what that's all about, don't you? Yeah, that bag's getting a little heavier, and she's springing a little bit as well, so it won't be long for her. No calf yet, but she's going to get it tanked up because she won't eat a little bit right afterwards, probably. Yeah, that bag's getting up there. She's got a really nice bag on her, nice even level of it. All 4 nipples hanging down, kind of flat, straight, smaller bag. Nipples aren't too big where a calf can get on it. Really good looking. All right, well, that was a heifer, or not heifer check, just cow check out in the pasture this morning. And nothing to see here. Same old stuff, kind of boring. And I'm just glad we got nothing that was born last night. Weather wasn't cold, so it probably wouldn't be a big issue. But no predators. And she's gonna have one. Yeah, look at that face. You're a little bit on the arrogant side, aren't you? You're pretty and you know it. All right, thanks for joining us.